I'm going to be sharing everything I'm going to be packing for a 6-hour shoot for a client. Now, this is going to be a brand storytelling type of video for the client. It's a nonprofit, so you know what? We want to make sure that there's some emotions into this, not only for the viewer, but also for the person that we're interviewing. I want to make sure that they feel emotional when they're answering my questions. And in addition to that, I need to make sure that I have the right type of equipment to properly capture every single moment. And that's what we're doing today. So let's get started. All right, so I'm gonna show you what type of room we're gonna be working with, and it's right here. So this isn't the best type of room. It's gonna be a small room. We're not gonna have the best lighting, so I need to pack light and I need to work with what we have. I might be using this 10 millimeter, maybe, for some B-roll shots. I'm gonna be doing majority of the work that I have on a 35 millimeter. And if the room is actually a little bit bigger than what I expect, then we might be shooting on a 50 because 50 is just my favorite. All right. So we have the DJI Mini. That's going to be for B-roll. So that's what I'm currently using right now to track me. So we're going to use that for some B-roll, some gimbal work, things like that. Now let's come over here. Yeah, look, I know it's a mess in here. I get it. I need to clean this up. But in between shooting YouTube content and also client work, it just gets messy. I clean it up, it gets messy. I clean it up, it gets messy, whatever. So over here, I have my charging board. It's not the best charging board. I need to have a lot more stuff. I need to take time to actually work on it. But this is my charging board. Really, it only charges 2 batteries at a time. So most of the time that I'm charging, it's either at home or like at a coffee shop. When it comes to lighting, like I said before, we don't have the biggest space available. So we're going to be running really, really lean. This is going to be my fill light. It's a simple Godox light. It's magnetic. I could use different colors on this, but for the most part, this is a great fill light for me and the way I shoot. Now, in addition to that, we have our tripod. So you guys saw, like, it doesn't take up that much space to have my fill light. And that's exactly what I need when we're shooting in a really tight space. So this is my fill light. Now on to the next thing. We're gonna take both of these tripods just to have. So that way we have camera A, camera B, and we get 2 different angles. We're also gonna have this tripod that the gimbal is on just to have it. You know, I might take another camera just to have another point, or for whatever reason. Whenever we're shooting, I would much rather have more equipment than less equipment. Because with more equipment, I could look at the room, I could look at the environment, and I can make adjustments. When I don't have enough equipment, then I'm shooting at the hip, and sometimes it works out well, sometimes it doesn't. But I know I'm just going to be a lot happier if I have more equipment than I need. And also, the client's going to be a lot happier because, you look, sometimes clients want a specific type of video, and they don't realize that you can get that specific look with less equipment. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not one of those videographers that will just have a crazy rig for no reason. If I can shoot like run and gun, I'm gonna shoot run and gun. I mean, you saw my fill light. If I could shoot run and gun, I'm gonna shoot run and gun. As long as I know that I could provide the type of quality that the client wants, then it's gonna work out for everyone. This is a newer tripod and it has a small rig rail system on it, and that's mainly for my teleprompter. So we're not using a teleprompter today, or tomorrow, actually tomorrow. We're not using a teleprompter tomorrow. Normally, whenever I do interviews, I don't want people to show up with a script, because if they show up with a script, then it's not authentic. I want people to get there. I want them to be surprised by the questions I ask, because I'm going to ask some heavy questions. It's my job as the videographer, as the lead creative, to bring some emotion out of it. Some emotion for the person that I'm interviewing, and also some emotion for the person watching the video. Quite frankly, if it's a storytelling video, I want the viewer to cry. That's just the truth. All right, so we got tripod number 1. We got small rig tripod. This is going to be my second one. So this is what we're taking. All right, now let's go to the other room. All right, so we have a lot of stuff here. We had a big shoot not too long ago. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to be completely honest. This was a very long time ago that we had a shoot, and I just never cleaned it back up. But this is the mess from that shoot. So I'm going to be putting all of my equipment hopefully in here. The great thing is we already have some extension cords. I have actually I have 3 extension cords in here, which is perfect. I mean, that's exactly what I need, just in case I'm using the 3 cameras. No, actually, no. I can use I might use dummy batteries for the cameras. I'm most likely not. I'm just going to carry like a whole bunch of cameras, or I'm just going to carry a whole bunch of camera batteries. And I know some people might be saying, oh, why don't you use like a battery pack, or why don't you use dummy batteries? Yeah, I could. I just don't want to do that. So I'm going to be using the extension cords, because also I just don't want cables everywhere. Like I get it. People will set up. I'm not the type of person to spend a whole bunch of time like setting up. My main thing is, where's the frame? Where's the lighting? Does it look good? Done. You know, I don't want to do all this cable management stuff. If I can get away with it without doing it, I'm going to do it. Or I'm not going to do it. All right, so we have the tripods here. Actually, I'm going to take 2 of them. So I got this one. This is from, where is this from? Oh, it's from Neewer. Do I recommend it? Absolutely not. You know, I ordered 2 of these for a trip, because they're supposed to be for travel, right? And they just, I don't know if you guys can see it. It just rips. It just completely rips. They sent me in, well, actually the first one, the handle broke off the first day I used it. And keep in mind, it's not, I mean, you saw what's in here. 2 extension cords, 2 tripods, that's pretty much it. The handle broke off the first day I used it. A couple months later, as in a couple months, like 3 months later, it just ripped. So do I recommend these? Absolutely not, but this is what I have right now. And I'm not going to be spending like $200 or even $100 on bags like this, okay? So the second one, we're going to be putting our lights in it, okay? So we have this SL150 Godox. Overkill, don't need it. Also, we don't have the room for it. I mean, you guys saw that. Here's the room. We don't have the room for it. I love this so much. This is the MS60C Neewer. I can just hold it. I can have someone else hold it. I just put it on a tripod. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to put it on a tripod stand. I don't need much after this, okay? Of course, we're going to have some soft boxes. We're going to have an issue because the room is dark. What I need to do is I need to light the room properly, and I'm going to be using a lantern. This lantern is going to, this isn't the lantern. We're going to find the lantern, and we're going to use the lantern, because this lantern, I'll show you what it looks like. This lantern is going to fill up the entire room. And I love this so much, because when you need to fill up the room, I'm not going to put it together, but you see the point. The light goes everywhere. So the dark edges, the bad lighting, I just turn off the lights, have this going. The room will be filled with nice, even lighting. I love that. That's exactly what I want. Okay. So we have this here. This is going to be our lantern. Again, we don't have that much room, so we're going to get something else. Let me grab that 1 second. All right, we're going to go with this bad boy. All right, this is going to be on the subject. So subject in front, we're going to have this 45-degree angle, so that way it lights half their face. We want it to be cinematic. That's the look that they want. It doesn't take up that much room, and it's not that wide. So this is what I'm rocking with. But attached to this, we have, I could remove this, the Zhiyun. I don't know what it's called. It's a Zhiyun light. It's really tiny. Like, this is the light. I mean, we're talking about working and operating in a small space. This is why it's important to have enough equipment. You don't need to have every single piece of equipment. Just have enough equipment. This is enough for me. Like, this is Zhiyun 100. I love this. Super simple. It's a great light. I use it a lot, actually. So I have the case there. We're going to be packing this up. This is Neewer. I like Neewer soft boxes. You know, I haven't purchased any other soft boxes. If I like a brand, I'm just going to stick with it. You know, like, all of this is not going to fit into this box. I don't know if you can see it. I mean, that's just one, whoa. That's just one light box. But I guess I'm gonna carry this to the car. So taking these two out, okay. We have this light. There's a carrying case, but you know what? I throw these things around all the time. Oh, actually, look, I have the other one here. Great. No, one thing I do want to mention on these still, it's very important. I can use the external batteries, which is great, but I can also plug this in for constant power, which is amazing. So I have those cords in there. I have the Zhihun over here. I'm just going to bring some, well, honestly, I might just be shooting with a DJI mic, have some lavaliers. That's what I'm going to grab right here. This lavalier, just throw that in there. And then I might be doing that. I have a shotgun mic, I'm going to have that, but I always like to have just backup because I've been burned before in the past when I first got started where I just didn't have backup audio. Okay, so now I want backup audio because I never want that to happen ever again. So let's go get some more equipment. The gimbal just started off this way, but I'm hoping that it tracks me. So now we're in the editing room. We're over here in the editing room. This is where we edit. And I'm going to be taking some mics, some headsets. And I'm going to be taking some headsets. This is just for the team. We're using Hollyland headsets over here. You know, I wasn't a big fan of like using headsets or even thinking that I needed headsets. But once I purchased these and I used them, man, game changer. These headsets makes communication so much easier because there's times when you're not with your team or even you're on the other side of the room from your team and you just need communication. It might be something really small, like get that shot, check the audio, things like that. We recently used this at a gala and it was just a game changer because there were some moments where I would have to tell the team like, hey, go over there, get the shot. This is the person that's winning. Make sure you don't miss that. Things like that. And it just makes a big difference. It makes communication so much smoother. But yeah, absolutely love this. All right, so we got our backlight here. This simple tube light. Look, the Zhihun also comes with this softbox. It's tiny. I mean, I could use this as a hair light if I wanted to. Which actually, yeah, I might use this as a hair light. But it's small. And then here's the battery pack that goes with it. So again, just like with the newer light, I can have an external battery on the Zhihun. This is it. It's tiny. Or I could just have constant power to it as well. So I'm going to be charging this tonight because this is the only thing that I believe isn't charged. Everything else is charged and we're good to go. And that's pretty much it. This isn't a lot of gear. And like I said, I like to run and gun. So this is a great setup for me. It's more gear than I think I actually need. But again, I'd rather be over-prepared than under-prepared. So if this video helps you out, please do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions about any of the gear or how I prep for shoots, let me know in the comments below. I'm here to help you guys out. Take care.